guys, Sean here. Today we're going to talk about entry pathways, and we're going to use Cash's A bomb site and B bomb site as examples. For B, we're going to go through the vents, and for A, we're going to come out of A main. A lot of people don't put much thought into their pathways entering the site. They just kind of run in, you know, clear stuff out very haphazardly. So we're going to put some thought into it right now and maybe add a little bit of structure to your guys' team gameplay, you know? So coming out of A main, the first thing that you would want to be flashed, and this is probably not something you would flash as the entry fragger, but you would want, say, this flash thrown, right? Something like this. It's just a double click flash. It would blind the op quad. A guy maybe holding this fence angle. It is very difficult to get the fence opper. The most, in my opinion, just probably the best way to do it is just before you go as the entry fragger, just throwing a light flash off of there. So that way he would have to turn. If he comes out wide, he would eat the second flash, right? So the next thing we want to talk about is the smoke highway, right? So you want a good smoke highway. No gaps in it, just like that, okay? What else would you need? You would probably want a molly door. And this is all stuff that's really standard, right? So that way, when you come A, you know there's no one that's going to be fork, the highway smoke is up, and the quad opper is flash, if there is an opper in the A bomb site. So that way, once you get out, you can only worry about what's on your right. So when you run out, you clear the boost, everything's in front of you, you clear this corner, this smoke is behind you still, you're hugging the red box. So you hug the red box, clearing everything in front of you, and then at this point, if you'd like, you can actually hop up and look over the smoke and clear catwalk, right? Okay, so in my opinion, the two most, or I guess three most important things when you hit the A bomb site are this smoke, the molly behind fork, and a molly for quad. And the reason being is exactly what I'm saying. Everything is in front of you if you throw those three pieces of utility, right? So coming out, say you have a molly here, you run out, like I said, you clear fence, you turn around, you clear catwalk. If your teammate has a flash, they could throw a flash in the A bomb site from A main. Just any flash that blows up, say anywhere around there. You're waiting here, you swing, and again, everything is in front of you, right? Then you have the site, you can sneak in a quad, the site is yours, right? Everything seems way easier that way than just, you know, running in a straight line towards site. Oh, you stop here, you have to fight here. Oh, but there's a guy over here. There's also a guy fork. So just having some kind of structure to your play when you enter the sites can make things much easier in your entry fragger and ease a lot of the frustration you have on your team. Because typically, honestly, those people get the most frustrated because they die in ways that aren't fair in their opinion. Like they never had a chance. So just having that kind of structure will help out a lot. Now let's look at the B bomb site, for example. So say you were to come through the vents. It's really common to do B splits through the vents on this map, right? I would say it's more common to come through the vents and go B than even just do a straight B hit. So your entry fragger, you probably want them coming through the vents, and I'm going to show you why. Let's say you have a molly for behind checker box. Regardless of whether you have a molly or not, this guy, the second guy's job is to do something about the checker box, not the first guy. Because the first guy would then have to cross and then potentially die, and you don't want to have to deal with that, right? So the second guy, I guess the first guy could technically molly behind there because he doesn't really need his molly anyway, but you would molly that. You, as the entry fragger, could then run out of the vents and come like running towards the site, right? Well, something that might help you out a lot is a flash like this, right? So just any flash that blows up on the blue tarp. So you're running out along the back wall. Sorry, that doesn't blind you. And what that flash does is it blinds anyone in headshot, right? So anyone holding this angle is going to have to turn from that flash, putting them at a massive disadvantage at that point versus your AK. Or someone holding, say, this angle also has to like, maybe come in for a split second, which is all you're looking for. You just want that 1 second of a separation. So the flash pops, you quickly clear that. You want to clear this angle. You're coming up, assuming one of your teammates smoke spawn. Should just ask them to smoke spawn. And I see a lot of people make the mistake of just immediately running into headshot when they come in. And the reason why that's the wrong decision is because a lot of times the site player is looking for this frag right here in particular. Just running up along the blue tarp, you know, coming straight along the smokes this way towards headshot. That guy is often looking for that fight. And also it leaves you very, very vulnerable to the pop flash through heaven or even the pop flash site. So any of these flashes, you'd be in dead man. You'd be in like a no man's land and you'd be dead just right there. So The path you typically want to take when you're running towards the site from checkers to keep everything in front of you, which is exactly what we're talking about going to the A-bomb site, is you want to run towards this sign, right? You want to run towards this sign, clearing first oranges, and keep hovering your crosshair like in between, you know, the triple box and first oranges. And once you clear this, your teammate who's behind you, now it's his job to actually hold these peaks, right? So he's holding these peaks. He could actually progress up with you. And like the A-bomb site, it's typically best to have Molotovs flushing these spots out. But obviously that's not always going to happen, right? So I'm trying to be as like realistic as possible here. Obviously, if you have all the utility in the world, triple Molotoving the site so that way they can't stand it anywhere is the best scenario. But it also allows for quick rotation, and there's a lot of other complications with doing that. So anyway, the second guy is holding you as you're running up. Once you're in this position, you clear first oranges, then you can then swing around. And it also puts a lot of pressure on the site guy, because what he hears is you're in front of the site. So he wants to peek out. He wants to get info and be proactive with this fight, because if you get a headshot on him, he feels like he's at a disadvantage. So what's likely going to happen is he's going to peek out wide and have a battle with your teammate in the back, because you're hiding right in front of him. And then you can then swing and get that kill very easily, right? There's something to keep in mind, guys. Entry pathways into the site are super important. You can look at any map and find a good pathway for an entry fragger using the right utility. You just have to know what utility is most important, and which pathway you want to take is often dictated by, you know, what utility that you use. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Hope this helped out. Thanks, guys. Peace.